morning, good morning, good morning. You'll see this face, you'll see this look of struggle, you'll hear this voice. Then you know it is time for Solace Saturday. It is 8 a.m. on your good Saturday morning. The weather's beautiful. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Why this doggone thing don't stay on the screen? Erica, we talked about this. I don't know why that happens. We are just getting it together, but we're gonna be together in a few seconds. Good morning. They say good morning, E. So E's on. I think one of the best movie lines ever that describes life came from Forrest Gump when he said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And I just literally had a panic attack at 8 a.m. But thank God we are here. Figured it out. I don't know why this don't stay up on the screen. But anyway, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is going to be a great day because we serve a great God. This is why affirmations are so important, because you got to encourage yourself. Affirmation and mirrors are very important. I don't care, because you got to encourage yourself. I think we are doing all right. Hey, Trish. All right. So listen, kingdom blessings, everyone. I am your host, Cherise Stevenson. Your life strategist, and welcome to Solace Saturday. This is year 4, season 7. We wrapped up the book, but we still are in the flow. You know, this is 4th Saturday, and we usually have Jamel with us, and he is here today. So let me do what I do, so Jamel can do what he do. All right. I did not pick up the book, but that's okay. So listen, this is year 4, season 7, where our theme is live in the now. Who is texting me? Sorry, I just got a weird notification, which is our theme is live in your now. Live in your now, live in the now. And now is an acronym for no opportunities wasted. No opportunities wasted. So this is really, really interesting, because I need you guys to tune in next week for sure, because next week marks year 5. Year 5. And what I want to do for year 5 is, year 5, season 8, actually. And what I want to do is continue this theme for Nissa! Hey, baby! I miss you. I want to continue this theme in year 5, season 8. All right. So we're not going to give it. It hasn't released me yet. So I want to hold on to that. But I got to try to figure out how to add grace into that, because 5 represents the number of grace. So y'all stay tuned. All right. So listen, Solace is a platform of growth and encouragement that was birthed from the 3rd installment of Unnamed, Unwanted, and Unwanted, the trilogy, I Know Who I Am. It is not the only process, but it is a process of becoming bigger, better, greater. And we use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves. Hey, Middleton, to look within ourselves with weekly readings of positive scriptures, which is our aspirations, positive quotes, which is our aspirations, and positivity of affirmations that we speak over ourselves, right? And this is what we do. We get up, like a cup of coffee. This platform like a cup of coffee. Get you started, get your week right, get your mojo flowing. You know, you do a little stretching, yawning, and you say your affirmation. I give it to you, and you take it, you run with it, and you carry it with you through the week. Right? And that's what we do. We about positivity. We about positivity. We about positivity. We about bigger, better. We about challenging you to make a choice to change. Change for what? You're bigger, better, greater. God has so much more in store for you, for me, for us. Now, if you're satisfied with what you got, that's fine. I clap. I salute. I applaud. But I ain't satisfied. I ain't satisfied. And I'm not settling. So I'm going after my bigger, better, greater. All right. And I hope you'll come and take your journey with me, because I don't want to be the only one with a testimony. I tell you that every week. I don't want to be the only one with a testimony. God is not my God. He's our God. So this is our testimony. It's for us. It's enough for everybody. This is not a crabs in the barrel type of situation. Matter of fact, I want y'all to get it more than I want me to get it for myself. But I promise you, I'm not going to leave myself out. All right? So listen, please understand that what you see is what you get, and what you hear is exactly what you heard. So again, good morning and kingdom blessings, everyone. You know, we open up with our prayer requests. If you have any, you can put them in the comments so people know who, what, and why to pray. You know me, pray for the world, pray for the government. I'm about to cancel cable because they are so entertaining. Not being funny, but I just rather watch them because it's too much. Pray for your government. Pray for your pastors, your leaders, your churches. You know how I feel about that. Good morning, Divine Destiny Cathedral. Bishop Jones, First Lady Jones, and to my dad, I love you guys. Please say good morning, Nada. Moving to LA? Why would you come on my platform and tell me that? Why would you just text me? I'm sorry, y'all. I just saw the comments. Pray. Y'all pray for me right now. And please send a special prayer up for my bishop. He's having a procedure of precaution done today. In and out, no overnight stays, nothing like that. But you know, prayer is always welcome, always needed. So thank you for that in advance. Who else? And again, pray for one another. Continue to pray for your children, their schooling, when they're out and about. Keep them covered. Birthdays. I forgot to mention last week, one of my favorite followers, Luc Faison's birthday came and gone. Happy birthday. My nephew Parrish, which is Carlene's oldest child. He's the reason why she's a mom. Or became a mom. Yep, that first one was always something. Title changer, name changer, right? Beautiful thing. I know birthdays next week. I don't know anybody else this week. So whatever you're celebrating, birthday, anniversary, the beginning of something, the ending of something, the newness of you, celebrate. I celebrate with you. As you know, this is for again. Jamel will be with us as soon as I finish talking, because he is here, and I miss him and his words of wisdom. And if you still got time to go get pen and paper or your journals or whatever, because you know he's going to drop nuggets that's going to make you scratch your head and take off your wig. So let me hurry up and finish this, because I'm here for it. You know, we still fast on Wednesdays from 6 to 6. that should be a part of your routine now. I don't know why I have to say it, but for those who are new, we fast every Wednesday from 6 to 6. The online shops. Oh, let me put that up too. The online shops. This would be a great time to shop. You got graduates. They go to the logins and the websites for the online shop. Bigger, Better, Greater is the shop. Cherise.me is my actual website. You can go either way with it if you choose to. Get your Bigger, Better, Greater items. Mother's Day is coming up. Graduation is coming. Encourage the people. It's an encouragement. Bigger, Better, Greater. You deserve it. You earned it. You should have it. Not the items per se, but the fact that you deserve big, better, greater. But what better way to remind somebody than with a gift? You can get a mug, you can get a t-shirt, you can get a hat, you can get teddy bears. You know, you get teddy bears. You know, my son is in a room. Do your stuff. And thank you in advance to the purchase and those who plan to purchase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, I hope and pray that everybody continues to tune in. Next month is huge, 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 huge. Out of Mother's Day celebration. It's also my 5-year anniversary of doing this platform. So it will actually be year 5, season 8. I can't believe I've been doing this for 5 years, y'all. But we'll talk about it next week, next month. So it's anniversary month. It's a celebration. Tag somebody, bring somebody, let somebody know that we're here. She's live, she's legit. And I've been here for 5 years. There's some TV shows who ain't making 5 years. Hello, somebody. But we still here, and we're going to do what we do. And I'm excited, and I bless God for it. And I'll talk to you all about y'all next week. All right? I think that's it. I really don't have any. I'm looking. I'm trying not to miss anything. I really don't have any other announcements, which are great, which means Jamel has all the time he needs. So without further delay, you all say good morning and welcome Jamel Lewis to the platform. Tell him how much you miss him and you've been praying for him. And the family, let them know, y'all. Let them know. We miss him. Well, I know I do. Good morning, Mel. Oh! Why I can't hear you? Can you hear me?
You can hear me now. You can hear me now.
I got you.
You can hear me now.
Woo! I was about to panic.
No panic. No panic. No.
Hey, Bert. Listen. Hey, Key.
Good morning to you, cuz, and good morning to everybody. You know, it's good to be back on the platform. You know, beautiful day, beautiful start with the sunshine in and out, peeking through the clouds. So listen, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I have no introduction for you. So you just free to go. Like an open highway. Just go.
Okay. Well,
I have no thought, concept, no nothing. I've just been waiting for you.
Okay, cool. So, you know, for me, I've just been rehashing some very familiar stories over the past few weeks, especially since the passing of my father, just really thinking about your acronym NOW now, no opportunity waste, and understanding that, you know, even in the death of my father, that it caused me to reimagine and reinvestigate the story of the prodigal son.
Okay.
A lot of times, you know, in that story, we feel like we've been taught in the way of that, you know, prodigal meaning wasting. the son who
Mhm.
wasted or the
Mhm.
wasting. Uh, but I'm starting to realize that the story of the prodigal son really wasn't the one that went out and experienced the world. It was the son that wasted his time being in his father's house, living under his father's shadow.
Wow, you gonna upset the Christian world like that?
Man, listen. Listen.
Because you know we learned that in Sunday school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
broaden my horizons, expand my mind. Let's get into it. Let's go. I'm ready.
Listen, you know, we usually praise the son that stayed and we ridicule the son that left. And the way it's taught is that, the uh the son that left took his inheritance before his time. And in doing so, we're taught that him taking his inheritance before its time was him saying to the father that I wish you were dead. And I think we have to revisit that. I think we have to understand that that might have been culturally what was thought of,
Mm.
but when you see the story spiritually, you start to realize that there is a part of you that is seeking to have its own experiences, and you can't deny it.
I see where you're going. Go ahead.
So the thing is, he was more so ahead of his time. He was a child who wanted to get out there and see what the world had to offer. He didn't want to stay in his father's shadow. Dad, you built a great thing for yourself here. You got us. You have us as children, and you have all this land, and you have all these wonderful servants. But it's not enough for me. And no matter what juncture you are in life, you have to recognize when there is a calling in you to experience something for yourself. You don't want to live in anybody's shadow. You don't want to live in anybody's accomplishments. But what you really want to do is you want to accomplish something for yourself. You want to experience something for yourself. And yeah, go on.
Pause. Can I just give an example of
Sure,
that really, really quick? It's a testimony of mine.
sure.
Um, Grew up in a Baptist church, family church, all of us, whatever. And I was about 18, 19. And I was in charge of everything. I'm not bragging, but that's how it was. The whole youth department was under me. It,
Mm-hmm.
it was it was it was a herd of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So of course nobody wanted me to leave because I had everybody's respect. I had everybody's support. I had all the parents working with me. It was beautiful on lock. You know how Baptist churches, the usher board and the navy blue pleated skirts and all of that. Beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I didn't know what it was at that time,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew I needed something more.
Mm-hmm.
And church to me at that age started to become predictable for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I started saying stuff like, there's got to be more to this story than Jesus wept. I want to know why he was crying.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody could tell me why he was crying. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And for what that church was for me at that time, it was
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. But I knew there was more. I knew there was more. So I left.
Yeah.
I left. I left.
Yeah.
And ironically, the next church I went to was Pilgrim. Was
Yeah.
Pilgrim. And I got my more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and I don't know why people make you feel bad because you want more. That's always been troublesome for me. If I want to do, like you said, you want to do better for yourself, and I wanted more. I wasn't leaving the church. I just
Mm.
need to be somewhere where they help me understand why Jesus wept. You know what I mean? That was just my example, and couldn't nobody tell me there. So I'm gonna go get the answers that I need. Go ahead, continue.
Well, a lot of times people don't like when you want to fly above the altitude that they can take.
Mm.
Uh, we're supposed to be teaching you, and you're supposed to be here learning under our system. And no matter if our system is limited, you can't leave here. That's the way the world is ran. That's the way systems are ran. Systems are meant to keep you encapsulated within a certain space, but there is a drive in you, a drive that God has given you, that you either tap into and decide to go further, or you allow yourself to be reserved and captured under another person's vision, under another person's dream, under another person's accomplishment. And that's why the prodigal son was really angry, because, you know, man, I wanted to do the same things that little brother did. I wanted to go out there. I wanted to experience the world, but I didn't. I stayed here with you. And I did it the right way. I did it the way that the system calls for us to do it. I did it the way
Mm.
our culture calls for us to do it. And this is unfair that you invite him back in here. Not realizing that you had every opportunity just like your little brother did. But you didn't have the guts to take it. You didn't have the testicular fortitude to say, I'm going to go out there and experience the world. Because you had been programmed by your culture, by your system, that no, I can't experience anything until I'm given my inheritance. And little brother was like, listen, you don't have to give it to me. It's mine. It's already mine. Let me have it. And sometimes we get upset with those who seem to break the rules of the system in order to experience the things they need to experience. You know, oh my gosh, this knocking of my dog scratching himself. Hey, hey, hey. But anyway, back to the story. We have to really take our time to understand that the prodigal son, it reminds us that life is meant to be fully lived. The story of the prodigal son, it really lets us know that not only is it to be fully lived, but it's to be fully lived honestly, and it's to be fully lived with real life choices. Anytime you find yourself in a place where you have no choice, you're in a trap. Anytime you find yourself in a place where there is no option, you're in a trap. The God kind of life, the Zoe kind of life, always comes with options, always comes with choices. And if you find yourself hearing that you don't have any choice, then that is not the God kind of life. That is not divine sovereignty. Because God lives in us, through us, as us, there is divine sovereignty that we have to experience things and experience certain parts of life. And, this story of the prodigal son is a very interesting one because, like I said, it wasn't the son that went out that was wasteful. It was the son that stayed home that was more wasteful than the one that went out, because he wasted his opportunities. He wasted his his desires. He wanted to be out. He wanted to experience stuff too. And you have people who get upset with the person that actually has the gumption, a good old school word my father would use, has the gumption to decide that I'm going to take what is mine and go out there and make something of it. whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether I make it successful or whether it's a bust. I'm going to live, and I'm going to experience the things that I need to experience. Why? Because there's a drive in you that calls you to living, calls you to motion, calls you to moving and matriculating through experiences. But if you take that and you put it on the top shelf and say, I'll get to that 30 years down the line, I have to work this job and get my pension. I ain't got no time to start no business. I ain't got no time to be creative. I got to be a part of the system. I got to keep on pumping out what the system says I need to pump out. You alienate yourself from an exciting life, and also a life that allows you to mature in areas that being home will never allow you to. I had the opportunity to leave my parents' home, and I had the opportunity to go out and get married and get divorced and have a child and live by myself. So with all of that up and down, the ups and downs of life, there also came the maturing through life. And so I guarantee that when the so-called prodigal son got home, I guarantee that he was more mature than the son that stayed.
Yeah.
I guaranteed he had more wisdom to offer than the son that stayed.
Yeah, because it comes from experience. That's experience.
And when you
you
deny your
can't, if you stay in one place, you have nothing to compare. So when the prodigal son goes out, he prayerfully, and this is what the same as you send your children off to college or they move out. We pray that we raised you right so you can know the difference between right and wrong, what to do, not to do. But you won't know if you did a good job as a parent or a guardian until you release them to go out and try it for themselves. Hey, Lady Tracy Hopkins. So
what's up,
the son who
Trey?
stayed home had nothing to compare because he had no experience. Whereas the prodigal son, he done went up there, he done did his thing, he done did, whatever he did, and he came back home. And he knows, yeah, but that wasn't good. I can grow from this, I can learn from that, not to do that again. He has a more experienced conversation as well than the son who stayed home. What are you going to talk to me about? You can't tell me nothing because you've done nothing. You haven't experienced nothing. And I think that's where the maturity comes from with the prodigal son, because he now has experience. And I do believe that experience leads to a level of maturity.
And not just a level of maturity, but also a level of wisdom.
Yeah.
And yes, no matter what we are called, can you imagine if Bishop Brown stayed under Bishop F.D. Washington and never decided to move? Can you imagine if Bishop Brown stayed under R.D. Brown, Reverend R.D. Brown, and did not decide to move on the calling? There's a call in us that moves us to greater heights than the ones that came before us. And if we don't build upon their accomplishments, then we are a failure to them. Because I don't just pour into you so that you can stay here in the house and pour back to me. Because now what you pour into me, if it's from me, now this stuff is no longer anything that is what I would say pure, because now it's become regurgitated. Can you imagine eating food and then throwing it back up and giving it to your child, and they eat the food and then throw it back up and give it back to you? And at some point you have to have a give us this day mentality. Give me this day. Even in the Lord's Prayer, Listen to what he says. Give us this day. That means whatever happened yesterday, we gotta lay that where it is. We're in a new experience. Give us this new experience. Give us this new moment. Give us this new thought. Give us this new point of view, so that we are able to really enjoy the life you've given us and make it enjoyable for others that are around us. Give us this day our daily bread. If I'm eating the bread from the day before, it's no longer daily bread. It's become stale bread. You know, I can hear the crunch of the crust, because now it has become a little bit older. It has been exposed to the air a little bit longer, and now other elements are there that's changing the bread from one thing to another. So give me my daily bread. Give us this day our daily bread. You know, and at some point, you know, when you tie that into what the prodigal son was doing, he was getting his daily bread. Give me my daily bread. I want to experience life as it is, and not only experience life as it is, but as I experience life as it is, I also add I also add my genius to it, and says, "Oh, it's this, but it can be this too." You got to take time to add your genius to life. If you are just living a life, most definitely, manna only lasts for one day. Exactly. Exactly. You know, and you are charged with naming what that manna is, because the word manna literally means, what is it? So now you have to give your experience meaning. Y'all waiting for the Lord to
Mm,
express to you what
that's
is the
good.
purpose of life. The purpose of life is for you to give it purpose. The purpose of life is for you to give it, infuse into the moment, a reason. If we don't do that, we find ourselves becoming very frustrated with a mundane life, becoming very frustrated with a boring life, becoming very frustrated with a life where we say stuff like, "There's got to be more to this. This can't just be it." And that's because the call of living life is telling you, get out there and get into it. A lot of us rather fall back into our fear and say, no, the safety of dad's protection from the elements out there is good enough for me. Because why? I can be comfortable. I can eat as much as I want and not have to worry about paying no bills. I can drink as much as I want and no worry about having to get up the next day to work, because my father has means and prestige. I don't have to worry about living a life that is responsible, because guess what? There's a servant for every responsibility, so there's none for me.
Mm.
But when you live life, there is a responsibility for you every day to fulfill, to move into. How the old song says, I want to walk worthy my calling to fulfill. Please order my steps, Lord, and I'll do your blessed will. But if you're just sitting down and you have not taken the reins of your life, then guess what? All you do is you live life at its lowest level. You got to learn how to live life at its highest level, not at its lowest level. There is no learning at the lowest level. There is only experiencing uh, the um, system's everyday furnishings. Like, how do you enjoy life? What man wants a woman that has no side up to her that is adventurous? What woman wants a man that has no desire to experience and see the world? You become boring. You become replaceable. You become
So
forgotten.
and replaced. But let me ask you this. right? One of my greatest joys, and I hope they don't watch the replay, right? One of my greatest joys is um, watching my girls, Liz and Tina, right? To hear them talk and live their life. And then
Mm-hmm.
now I go to them for their opinion and advice about stuff. And I'm hearing things that I've shared and taught them come back at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my God, they was listening. They got it. They really, I forgot I taught them that. I forgot, oh shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, like it's they got it. They gonna be all right. They're gonna be okay. Right. So my question is, do you think the father of the prodigal son was secretly proud of his boy for taking that risk of leaving home?
Threw him a party, didn't he?
I was getting that my question. I was like, it really wasn't a secret because he
Threw him a party, invited the
sure
whole
was.
village. The whole village. When he got to the house, he got a ring and a fatted calf. And people try to make it seem like it was just because my son is home. No, not just because he's home, but because he had the desire and the courage to go out
Courage.
and make something of himself. I'm sure he was proud that, yeah, I'm glad you stayed home. I'm glad you stayed here. But I'm sure in the back of his head, he's like, but I wish you really could have experienced some things. There were certain things, there were certain things that a father is very proud of when their child actually goes out and ventures out to do something that they didn't have to tell him to do.
Yeah.
When Jemiah tells me, yo, I want to go to school. Hey, I just signed up for school. I just decided that I'm going to do this. I jumped head in, and here I am. I may be drowning a little bit sometimes, but I'm here. It makes me go, let me invest in that. I'm going to invest in my kid. Why? Because you had the courage to go out there and try it. Come on, let's put our money. You will always back what has courage.
Yeah.
If you're a coward, you're not going to receive the backing of those you think you should, because they see that there is courage lacking. There is a self-confidence lacking. No, go out there and be great and watch me back you. Go out there and be great and watch me support you. Go out there and fall and watch me pick you back up.
Pick you up. Yep.
A father's job is to always allow a child to know that just like your computer, you have a home button that you can come back to and experience safety and experience some form of control of how outrageous the world can get at times. Home represents you taking the reins back. I went out there, tried to do what I needed to do. It got a little overwhelming. Let me run home. Let me refill. Let me talk to dad. Hey, yo, dad, this is what happened out there, yo. You would never believe what I experienced. I was out here eating slop with the pigs. And I had to remind myself, my dad got servants at the crib. My dad got money. My dad got means. My dad got food. What am I out here? No, this is a little bit out of control. I let this situation dictate to me rather than me to it. Let me go home and reset. You got to know that if you take the risk to obey God, if you take the risk to obey the call in you, if you take the risk to obey the pull in you to go out there and dive into life, if you obey it, you will reap the benefits of it. Life has benefits that you're supposed to reap, but you cannot reap it until you engage it. You cannot reap it until you finally step in and say, you know what? It looks hard, but I'm going to learn it. Seems hard, but I'm going to learn it. And after I learn it, I'm going to flip it. And after I flip it, I'm going to flip it another way. I'm going to make it what I need it to be and what I want it to be. Then you actually start moving into a certain level of living that the scripture says in Matthew that it is who going to be the ones that's going to suffer persecution? Who are the ones that's going to suffer persecution? The godly.
The righteous. Yeah. The
No,
righteous.
it specifically says the godly.
It says the godly.
The godly shall suffer persecution. You want to know why? Because while you out there living like God, there's somebody else cowering in the corner wishing they could do what you do. Godly doesn't mean I'm over here living a church life, a thank you, Lord, hallelujah. No, it doesn't mean that. It means that you are exercising your sovereignty. You are exercising your divinity in this world. And when people look at you, there is an indignation in them because the world is eating them up while it's giving you everything you want, while it's giving you everything you need, because you've taken the time to possess the inheritance rather than being home waiting for the inheritance to be given to you. Those that live godly shall suffer persecution. And the persecution you're going to suffer will be from people who think they know God but never live like God.
I like that.
It'll be from the people who have all of the religious talk, who have all of the religious walk, but they have no experience on how to live a divine life. So when they see you doing it, they have to somehow slow your progress, slow you down so you can experience the joy in life that you should, because they want you where they are. You can't be happier than me. You can't have more money than me. You ever seen some friends who everything was good while y'all on the same level? Yeah. Everything's good while they're better than you. But then when you start to level up over them, nope. Gotta bring you down a bit. We gotta bust your bubble. Don't you getting a little arrogant? I'm not getting arrogant. I'm taking my inheritance and I'm moving and I'm living and I'm making things happen. I'm taking the lemons and making lemonade. I'm taking the bitter and making it sweet. I'm taking the hard and making it easy. I'm taking the trail and I'm blazing it so that you can walk unencumbered. That's what I'm doing. And when we understand that, you start seeing the story of the prodigal son popping up all over the place, because there are a whole lot of people that had to leave where they were to become who they are. I'm going to say it one more time. There's a lot of people that had to leave where they were to become who they are. If they would have stayed where they was, they would not be the person that they are today. They would not have blazed the trails that they have blazed today, because they were too busy being a good armor bearer, being a good son. If I got a kid, if I have a child, my job as a son doesn't stop, but my priorities change. And now I have to be more of a father than a son. But if I'm just being a son and I'm over here letting my kid go without, because I gotta take care of my daddy. I gotta take care. I have a child. I have a child. There were times where, my father would be like, "Yo, I need you here with me." I'm like, "Dad, I'm always here with you, and I always will be here with you. But I have a child too. I have to protect my child too, like you protected me." I think that that may be why Jesus went out from the people and spent time in the desert alone. He was with the Father, taking time to regroup and refuel. Definitely, definitely. Uh, I'll go a step further in saying sometimes you have to separate yourself from people of limited thought
Mm.
because you'll be trapped in the same thought traps that they're stuck in. I got to get away from y'all because you guys you're starting to poison my whole way of thinking, my whole way of moving with your limited based thought. I usually call, and I hate to say it, but it's the truth. I usually call the church the place where you have people who are masters of limitations. Oop, you can do that, but you can't do this. Oop, you can do that, but you can't do this. I don't know if you should do that. The Bible say that we should do. Like, listen. The church has become a place where unfortunately a lot of churches are just that. They're churches, but they are not places where God dwells. They're just churches. They're just a gathering of people. It's a social club. It is no longer able to wield. The church has been co-opted. We're living in a day where the church has been co-opted in many ways. The church has been weaponized in many ways. And until we understand that we have put the title of church on buildings when the buildings were really just temples, we are the church. We are the circumcision who worship God in the spirit. And that's just a wonderful scripture that Bishop McKinley used to say over and over to us. He even had his people write a song years ago. We are the circumcision. We worship God in the spirit. We are the circumcision. We worship God in the spirit. And in Christ Jesus, and have no confidence in the flesh. I remember that. I was a teenager when they wrote that song, and I remember it. And now it comes back to me, understanding that I am the one who was cut away. The circumcision are the people who are cut away, so that they can worship at a different level of awareness, at a different level of consciousness, and don't have confidence in the limitations of the flesh, in the limitations of a system, in the limitations of somebody else's limits. Look, I don't know if you can do that. Have no confidence in the flesh. Oh, I don't think you should do that. Have no confidence in the flesh. The scripture lets us know that all things are lawful. The scripture lets us know that the power of sin, the strength of sin is the law, because we constantly make laws that limit us from experiencing the true power of God that lives in us, functions through us as us. We're being called to experience life at a higher level, but you'll never experience it living in the shadows, living under somebody else's limited thinking, living under somebody else's fears. You don't even have your own fears. You have everybody else's fears overlaid onto your life. Even before you open your mouth and speak as a child, when you come out the womb, epigenetically, there are certain experiences passed down through your cells, through your DNA. You have fears that you never experienced fire, but you're scared of fire. You never experienced a dog, but you scared of a dog. You never experienced a spider, but you scared of a spider when you see it. Because somewhere in your DNA, epigenetically, that fear was passed down. But there was a call in you to move past your ancestors' fears and live a life that is all yours. Live a life that speaks to what you have developed in. Live a life to speak in how you have matured and matriculated. There are certain things that my father could never do that I will do. And there are certain things that my daughter will do that I could never do. Because there is a call to become more than the one that came before you. And that is how you honor them. You honor them by becoming more. You honor them by becoming greater. And then if the children have a little bit of sense, what they learn, they come back and teach the parents so that they are able to still be relevant in these new times.
And that's called the cycle of life.
You hear what I'm telling you? So I think we have to really begin to really investigate, this story of the prodigal son. Who was truly the wasteful one? Who wasted their time? Who wasted their time being stuck to a system that didn't really offer any benefits? And the benefits that it offered made you lazy. The benefits that it offered made you comfortable. It's a very
entitled.
Yes, and entitled. But when you go out there and you get it out the mud, can't nobody tell you nothing about what you did. Why? Because it was only me and God. It was only me and my divinity. It was only me and that spark of brilliance that said, let's go make it happen. We're coming to a time now where you're going to have to push forward. You're going to have to expand your borders. You can't stay where you are and think you're going to be happy. That's not how happiness works. Happiness is mobile. And the minute you become stuck is the minute your happiness begins to erode away. That's why a lot of marriages fail. Because nobody pushes the envelope. Nobody pushes the border to say, we need new experiences. We got to do more. We just sitting here getting fat. No, let's go to the gym. Let's make sure our bodies stay appealing to one another so that when other people walk by that may look good, we don't have to say, look at this fat blob. Or look at this, or look at this. No, I'm telling you, this happens all the time. This happens all the time. And guys, we've got to make it our business to stay on top, stay sharp, stay great, stay relevant, stay knowing, stay with wisdom, so that when you speak, when other people speak, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you don't speak like this cat right here, this guy right here. When he speaks, I hear. My ears are open, my spirit is open, my eyes are open when he speaks. So it doesn't matter who comes or goes. There will always be company for your courage.
Oh, I like that.
A lot of times it can get along the journey, it can get lonely, but there will always be company for your courage, because there will always be somebody out there like, yo, I tried it too. I got a little stuck here, but we're going to help each other through it. And you start to see how you form teams and you form families. We may not be related, but we family. We may not be in this by blood, but we in this by love.
Right. This was amazing. My My prodigal story. I left home at 19.
Mm-hmm.
I left home at 19. Um, but it wasn't because I felt I was grown and I wanted to explore. It was survival for me.
Sometimes
Just leaving a toxic, abusive situation, and I had nothing. I had nothing when I left. I wasn't working. I was in school. Um, and you hear the stories of parents or whatever say, "I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. If you leave what you know with what you brought. You don't. Whatever I brought stays here." And you think that's just in the movies, or it's just something cute to say.
mm-hmm.
But my mama really said it. And not only did she say it, she meant it.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, upon my departure, I was wearing a jacket that she brought, right? And she was like, "That belongs to me." And I was like, "You know what? You can have it." And because enough is enough. And my departure, I was like, well, I'm out here just man God.
Mm-hmm.
And just like in the stories in the Old Testament, God always made provision along the way.
Mm-hmm.
God made provision along the way. And here I am, this big age, amazing, doing well. And that's an experience not only that can nobody take from me, but I can teach and help others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this was a great explanation, if I can say it that way, of the
Mm-hmm.
other side of the coin. Can I say it
Mm-hmm.
like that? Because
Definitely.
we've been taught one way for so long,
Mm-hmm.
we don't see, or maybe it's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't, because how else do you get to mature or gain experience if you don't go explore? So this was great. And you brought this was a wonderful wrap up for season 7, year 4, because next week we going deeper and more in depth. It'll be
Most
5
definitely.
years, season 8.
Most definitely. Most definitely. New
This was
beginnings.
so, and you brought emphasis to no opportunities wasted, which is our theme
Mm-hmm.
now. Live in your now, which was like
Mm-hmm.
fascinating. I love this whole concept. Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Ebony Nicole. I try not to shout out people, especially when we have guests on the platform, but there were just some people who snuck on here, like Lady Tracy Hopkins, that just blessed my whole life. Love
Yeah.
you. um, oh, this was so good. I got some takeaway points. I love it because I'm always writing. I come with
Mm-hmm.
my pad and pen.
Mm-hmm.
But you said take the risk to dive into life. And that's what opportunity is. It's a risk, it's a dive, but you will never know the outcome unless you do it. You know, like Netta says she went back to school at 50. I'm back in school again
Yeah. Yeah.
because there's something else that I want. But I
Yeah.
gotta no, everybody's scared of the process. But if it's godly ordained, then you already achieved
Let,
what you set out to do. You just gotta go out and do it.
let me
You,
take it one step further. A lot of times we say if it's God ordained. Understand that God, you are the son, behold, we are the sons of God, and it does not yet appear what we shall be. When he shall appear, we shall be like him. We are gods here in the earth. It's ordained
Mhm.
by your godship, by your godhood. We are the little g's here in the earth. We were given dominion here in the earth, but we're not operating in dominion, we're operating in fear. So instead of diving in, you're too scared to dive in, because you're so focused on drowning rather than swimming.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just, whew. And separate yourself from people with limited thoughts. I got to, got to, got to. Ooh, this was good to me. It's confirmation, and it's comforting to know what I'm hearing, what I'm speaking, what I'm teaching when it comes back to me. And I keep telling people, don't get, they're going to be mad, but don't be mad. I'm trying to help the people not to be mad when I get all that God is setting me forth to get, because I'm going to get it, because I'm going after it.
I don't
And
care if you're mad or not. I don't care.
I'm going after it.
I don't care if you're mad or not. You being mad has no bearing on where God is taking me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the people to come and do it, but I mean, not what I'm doing, but go after what you want. So we can just have a good old testimony tea time and just click the glasses and be like, yes. But I would click my own glass like I've been doing by myself. Hallelujah.
Just do it by example. The time, you know, I'm realizing more and more that the time for telling people is over. I'm not trying to convince you anymore. Either you're going to follow my lead or you won't. And guess what? Scripture says, let the wheat and the tare grow together. Divinity will do the separating. Your divine self will cut off what ain't. Sorry, y'all ain't make the cut.
Y'all didn't make the cut.
Didn't make the cut. And that's the truth.
I love it. So listen, I hope this was encouraging to somebody besides me. Next week, please come back. You know, it was a big celebration. I need you to come celebrate with me. Put on your good things. Brush your teeth twice. Smile with me. Laugh with me. Celebrate. It was 5 years, y'all. We've been here for 5 years doing all that we got to do. And we're going to talk about some stuff and some things. We're celebrating mothers. My people will be on, doing what they do, making me laugh. It's going to be good. Jamel, love you. Miss you.
Love you too, cuz.
You know we are here for you.
No doubt. Thank you. Thank you all of y'all.
We don't have to do this alone. We don't have to do this alone.
No doubt.
Solace said it. Y'all stay safe, stay encouraged, be alert, be aware. Stuff is stuff. Go see the Michael movie, y'all. Let that lift your spirits. Get your hee-hee, get it in there.
Too funny.
Until next week, I love y'all. Y'all stay safe and stay encouraged. Bye, everybody.